Hello everyone, this is your biology teacher from NVN School Bhiduki. Today I am going to discuss about the remaining part of your chapter 2 sexual reproduction in flowering plants. In previous video we had talked about the reproductive parts of a flower and we had talked about stamen also. Now I am going to discuss about all remaining parts of a what are the female reproductive part and what are the male reproductive part of a flower. Now I am going to tell you about the anther. What is anther? Anther is bilobed in structure. Anther is filament bears an anther, and anther is a broader knob like fertile part of a stamen, and each it is bilobed, and each lobe has two chamber, and two chamber possess long and cylindrical pollen sacs or microsporangia. So it is called tetrasporogenate in nature. Most of all the tetrasporogenate in nature, but except an example which is exception, that is Wolffia, which has only one lobe or one microsporangia. Now after that here is a diagram of anther, and it here is a label diagram of an anther, and try to understand the part are given, that pollen sac, pollen grains, and what is filament, anther. These are totally understandable and clearly visible. Next I'm going to tell you about microsporangia. What is microsporangia? Microsporangia is becoming a future pollen sac. So microsporangia is a unmature part, and it become future pollen sac. And if we talk about the internal structure of microsporangia, it consists of two parts, the outer wall and the central homogeneous sporangious tissue. Now let us know about what about the walls of microsporangia, what they are made of, and what are the functions of wall of microsporangia. There are four walls of microsporangia which surround the microsporangia, like epidermis, endothesis, middle layer, and tapetum. The outer three layer perform the function of protection in the young anther and mechanism of dissense in ripe anther. Both endothesis and tapetum consist of large cells. In a typical anther of endothesious cells develop fibrous thickening of alpha cellulose on the inner and radial walls and become dead. Because of presence of fibrous thickening, and endothesis is also called fibrous layer. Now I'm going to talk about what are the functions of these walls and how they work. And epidermis is the outermost layer and becomes stretched and shrive off at maturity. Shrivel off meaning they shrivel of meaning they apart from this at maturity. And next I'm going to talk endothecium. What it develops fibrous thickening of alveolar cellulose as I told you, and also called fibrous layer. About middle layers, it is also shrivel in the mature anther. And now what are the function of tapetum? Tapetum give nourishment to microspore mother cell and pollen grains, produce lipid rich granules, secrete enzyme like callus. It gives totally the nourishment and the enzyme to the pollen grain, which are very useful in future. And next here is a structure of pollen sac, and here is a structure of pollen sac. You can see the three layers are given, and the connective tissue also shown: middle layer, epidermis, tapetum, and endothesius. You can easily see them and clarify it. So in the next video we will talk about the development of pollen grains. Thank you.